Once upon a time, in the ancient land of Mesopotamia, there existed a remarkable civilization known as the Akkadian Empire. This empire emerged around the city of Akkad, located to the north of Sumer. Its most shining moment was under the rule of a legendary figure named Sargon of Akkad, who reigned from 2296 to 2240 BCE. The Akkadian Empire is often regarded as the world's first true empire. It thrived in the fertile alluvial plain of southern Mesopotamia, which later became the heartland of the Babylonian civilization. Within this empire, women held significant roles, especially in religious practices. Sargon of Akkad achieved something truly extraordinary. He was the first ruler to unite the diverse peoples of southern Mesopotamia under a single political entity. Under his rule, the Akkadian Empire became a powerful and centralized state. However, the cities within this empire, once used to their independence, began to compete for supremacy, which ultimately contributed to the empire's decline. As the Akkadian Empire faded, it paved the way for the rise of the Babylonian civilization. This ancient realm was situated in what is now modern-day Iraq. While the direct influence of the Akkadians on modern civilization may be limited, they played a crucial role in the development of culture, social organization, and commercial practices in the region. The Akkadian language became a common tongue for commerce and diplomacy throughout Mesopotamia, lasting until 1000 BCE, when it was replaced by the Babylonian language, used across the ancient Near East. The study of cuneiform clay tablets discovered in recent centuries has revealed valuable insights into the broader context of Hebrew religion and culture. The Akkadian Empire also witnessed the creation of international treaties, reflecting an emerging awareness of a shared world. Peaceful negotiations and trade became pathways to prosperity for all involved parties. The Akkadian civilization, therefore, represents a pivotal point in human history, marking a transition away from tribalism and local loyalties towards a broader sense of transnational obligations. The story of the Akkadian Empire begins with rulers bearing Semitic names who had already established themselves at Kish, a city in Mesopotamia. One notable figure was Elusarcid, or Eurymus, who had subdued Elam and Baraz. However, their fame was overshadowed by the rise of Sargon I, also known as Shahrukhin. Sargon's journey is filled with intrigue and legend. He was the son of Labam or Et-Bel, and his story began with a mysterious birth. As the tale goes, he was born in secrecy and set adrift in an ark of bulrushes on the Euphrates River. He was rescued and raised by Oki the husbandman. Yet, as fate would have it, his true origin was eventually revealed. Originally, Sargon served as a cupbearer to a king of Kish named Ur-Zababa, but destiny had grander plans for him. The crown was placed upon his head, and he embarked on a journey of foreign conquest. Sargon's reign was marked by 4 invasions of Syria and Canaan, where he spent 3 years subduing these western lands, uniting them with Mesopotamia to create a single empire. During his rule, Sargon appointed provincial governors, and cities began constructing images of him on the shores of the Mediterranean Sea to commemorate his victories. Elam and northern Mesopotamia fell under his dominion, and trade extended to regions as distant as India and Anatolia. At one point, Sargon even marched against the Arabs in the south. Sargon's legacy was carried on by his sons, Raimush and Manishtushu, although they didn't achieve the same level of prominence and both met tragic ends. However, his grandson, Naram-Sin, continued the empire's expansion. He captured the king of Magan and adopted the imperial title of King Naram-Sin of the Four Quarters. This was a time when Sargon's heirs proudly proclaimed themselves as kings of the four corners of the world. Yet, challenges brewed within the empire as some cities resented their loss of independence. The Akkadian Empire, though a magnificent chapter in history, would eventually fade away, leaving behind a legacy of culture, diplomacy, and a sense of a wider world. In the heart of the Akkadian Empire, a remarkable culture blossomed, leaving its mark on art, religion, language, and achievements that still resonate with us today. One of the defining features of the Akkadian Empire's culture was its art. Among the treasures discovered, there is a finely crafted bas-relief depicting Naram-Sin, a ruler of the empire. Interestingly, this art showed striking resemblances to the early Egyptian art, captivating the eye with its intricate details. Notably, The artistry of the Akkadian civilization is beautifully encapsulated in two-cylinder seals dating back to the time of Sargon I. These seals are considered some of the most exquisite examples of gem cutting in human history. The Akkadians were devout worshippers, and their pantheon of gods played a central role in their lives. These gods were envisioned with human forms, possessing a wide range of emotions and characteristics. The sky god, Enlil, the air god, Nana, the moon god, and Otu, the sun god, were among the principal deities. These divine beings held sway over different aspects of nature and controlled the changing seasons. The king, in this case, Sargon I, acted as their earthly representative, ranking even above the priests of the temples. People believed they were created to serve the gods, providing them with clothing and sustenance. Interestingly, the Akkadian gods were not concerned with matters of ethics. There's a fascinating connection between Sargon I and the goddess Ishtar, the deity of light, war, and fertility. It's believed that Sargon may have participated in an annual sexual union with Ishtar during the New Year's festival known as the Hyros Gamos or Holy Marriage. Ishtar held a unique position, bestowing authority upon human rulers. She was a multifaceted goddess, associated with both joy and sorrow, friendship and hostility, as well as protecting alehouses and prostitutes. Sometimes, she was referred to as the Queen of the Universe. Sargon's own daughter, Enhejanna, served as the high priestess of the moon god Nana in Ur. However, her royal appointment may have caused tensions, leading to her eventual removal from the position. Enhejanna is also known for her literary contributions, authoring 42 hymns to various deities, including Inanna, a goddess she described as having a personal relationship with. Her writings provide valuable insights into the spirituality of this ancient civilization. The Akkadian language emerged as the lingua franca for commerce and diplomacy across Mesopotamia, lasting for a millennium after Sargon's time. This language holds a key to understanding the Hebrew language found in the Bible, as Akkadian cognates clarified the meanings of words. In the 20th century, scholars at the University of Chicago developed a comprehensive dictionary of the Akkadian language. Material in Akkadian, including international treaties, legal texts, ritual texts, and poetry, has helped contextualize Hebrew religion and society. These documents have revealed both the distinct features of Akkadian culture and its similarities to other ancient civilizations. For example, one Akkadian treaty with the Hittites speaks of your friend being my friend, and your enemy my enemy, a concept that resonates with diplomacy even in the modern world. The Akkadian Empire was a marvel of organization and infrastructure. It was interconnected by a network of roads that supported a regular postal service, a precursor to our modern postal system. Instead of stamps, clay seals bearing the names of Sargon and his son authenticated documents and communications. Additionally, a cadastral survey was likely conducted, and one document mentions a governor named Uru Malik, who oversaw the land of the Amorites, an ancient Semitic people in Syria and Canaan. Perhaps one of the most remarkable achievements was the establishment of a library, where the first collection of astronomical observations and terrestrial omens was likely assembled. This ancient repository of knowledge speaks to the Akkadian Empire's dedication to the pursuit of wisdom and understanding. The Akkadian Empire, with its rich culture and enduring achievements, left an indelible mark on human history. As the Akkadian Empire basked in its glory under the rule of Naram Sin, a series of wars with a distant people known as the Armeni, hailing from the land of Ararat, were etched into the annals of history. These Armeni were led by a chieftain named Arman, and his followers came to be known as the Armeni or Armans. While Naram Sin engaged in these conflicts, it's uncertain whether his predecessors, Sargon, his grandfather, and Manishtushu, his father, also crossed swords with the Armeni of Ararat during their reigns. Given Naram Sin's numerous battles with the Armeni, it's quite likely that his forebears also clashed with these distant foes. However, despite these skirmishes with the Armeni, it remains a mystery whether these wars played a pivotal role in the eventual collapse of the Akkadian kingdom. The Akkadian Empire had already begun to show cracks during the reign of Shah Kali Sheri, the son of Naram Sin. By the end of his rule, the empire was on the brink of disintegration, thanks to the invasion of barbarian tribes from the Zagros Mountains, known ominously as the Kshuns. Some historians speculate that factors like a poor harvest, climatic shifts, or perhaps even a colossal meteor impact might have contributed to this decline. Following the Akkadian Empire's collapse, a shroud of obscurity enveloped the land. Scant information is available regarding the Qian period. It's as if the empire, once so dominant, had vanished suddenly, leaving historians with more questions than answers. This tumultuous era persisted until around 2100 BCE, with only a few notable figures like Gudea, the king of Lagash, emerging from the shadows. Between roughly 2100 BCE and 2000 BCE, a period often dubbed the Sumerian Renaissance or the Third Dynasty of Ur unfolded. This dynasty, established by Ur-Nammu, originally a general, is a fascinating blend of cultures. While Sumerian was once again used in written documents, the ruling class may have been Semitic. During this era, Sumerian, much like Latin in medieval Europe, was on its way to becoming a dead language. These kings exerted their influence all the way to the shores of the Mediterranean. Following the collapse of the Ur-III dynasty due to an Elamite invasion in 2004 BCE, foreign powers began to shape the destiny of Mesopotamia. This period, known as the Old Babylonian era, reigned from around 2000 BCE to 1595 BCE. Notably, many influential figures during the initial centuries of this period bore Amorite names, and the epic city of Babylon, under the rule of the famed King Hammurabi, 1792 BCE to 1750 BCE, rose to prominence. Hammurabi's enduring legacy includes his renowned law code. During this time, much of Akkadian culture seamlessly merged with that of Babylonia, contributing to the rich tapestry of Mesopotamian history.